This is Miss Stormy, Youth Librarian with the Corpus Christi Public Libraries. Today for our craft time, I will be sharing how to make these paper pumpkins. This craft is going to be good for children ages 4 and up. We will be working on some measuring, cutting, and some more of those fine motor skills. So this craft requires very few supplies. What you will want is some orange paper. You'll need enough to get 4 strips of paper out of this. So I have some here that I will be measuring in a minute. You'll also need some green paper. We don't need very much green paper. As you can see here, it's just going to be our little stem. So you really only need a little bit. So scrap paper will work just fine. You'll also need glue or glue stick, a ruler, scissors, and a marker, pen, or pencil to jot down your measurements. So the first thing we're going to do here is measure out our paper. So we want 4 strips of orange paper, and we want them to be 1 inch wide. So I have my paper here, and I'm going to measure out the 1st inch, the 2nd inch, the 3rd, and the 4th. And once I have my measurements, I'm going to go ahead and mark where I'm going to cut my strips of paper out. Alright, so there is where I will be cutting, and I'm going to go ahead and cut out these strips of paper that are going to make my pumpkin. Alright, so here are my 4 strips of paper, and I'm going to start assembling my pumpkin with just 2 of them. I'm going to cross my strips of paper right in the middle. So once I have my paper where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and glue this down right in the middle. I'm going to take my next strip of paper and we're going to glue this down diagonally, just like this. And our final piece of paper is going to once again cross over right here in the middle, so it almost looks flat. It almost looks like a snowflake, or the way you would cut a pie or pizza where you have these diagonal angles. So this is the state of my pumpkin now. I'm going to set this aside to dry for a minute, and I'm going to cut out the green paper for my stem. So as you can tell, I have a piece of scrap paper here. We don't need much green paper, but we do want it to be the same width. So I'm just going to measure out 1 inch here on my paper. Here is 1 inch from here, and I'm just going to mark this. And cut this stem out. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and bring my paper, orange paper back, make sure it's glued down, And I'm going to start folding these up and gluing these strips to each other. Not going to press it down, just keeping it just like this. So this part is not hard, but you want to be careful. You want to make sure as we're building these layers that the glue dries so it actually stays together like this pumpkin here. So I'm just going to press this here for a few seconds, make sure it's really glued together, and I'm going to take one of the papers on the side and bring it up to join. Then I'm going to take this one here and do the same thing. So again, not a difficult craft, but one where you want to go slowly so we make sure our layers of glue are drying so that our pumpkin stays together. Then I'm going to come in from the side over here. And that is the base of my pumpkin. So to tie it all together, I'm going to go ahead and glue my green leaf to the top. So what I'm going to do is take it, bend it slightly, and make it, kind of bend it here to a point. First I'm going to glue my leaf together. And then I'm just going to glue it down on top. And once it completely dries, I will have my round paper pumpkin. So I hope you guys enjoyed this craft. If this put you in the mood for some pumpkin or fall seasoned books, I do have a book list that will be at the end of this video. All those books are available through the Corpus Christi public libraries. You can place them on hold on our online catalog. You can find that by going to cctexas.com/library. Any books you placed on hold can be picked up at curbside pickup at any library branch location. If you enjoyed this craft, please also follow us on Facebook and YouTube at Corpus Christi Public Libraries, where we have more virtual programs. Thank you for joining me today and have a great day. Goodbye!